Okay, today I'll be upgrading the CPU and adding two 80mm fans, this Dell Precision T3500 computer. As you can see in the back, there are two places where you could put two 80mm fans. 1 and 2. So I'll be adding a fan. I'll be adding those two fans there. These two, this 80mm fan. You have to make it facing this way, like that, so the air comes out this way. See that? Just align this to the case. And then just screw it in with the case screw. You see right here. See that? Put it in there. And then just screw it in from the front. Just put the screw in here and screw it in. It's going to be hard to do this with a camera, so I'll just fast forward it, okay? So when I first put the screws in, I put them in diagonally like this. The first screw and the second screw right there. That helps to align it much easier than having the screws mounted parallel. For the bottom part, I did the same thing. I just put the screws in diagonally again, like that. First screw here, next screw there. Make sure you push the fan out like this and then screw it in. Okay, that's in pretty good. You really don't have to put all 4 screws in here. You could just put 2 and that would be good enough, but I just like to put 4. But that's up to you. Okay, now all 8 screws, 2, 4, 6, 8 screws are in place. So when you screw it in, don't over tighten it, just screw it in until it's firm. You see the back of it? It's firm now. It's completely firm. Just make sure it's firmly in there. The good thing about this computer is that it comes with a molex cable on the power supply, this thing right here. You could just connect it to the molex cable from the 80mm fans. Just connect it in there, that's all you do. Connect the molex cable and show you. This can be a little bit difficult to do because these 4 pins aren't always aligned straight, so you have to juggle it around, I mean fiddle around with it a little bit to get it in. I don't like molex cables. I guess that's why they replaced it with SATA cables. Much easier to plug in. I like this stuff. Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna take the other cable from the other fan and just plug it into here. It only goes in one way. Okay, well, looks like it's firmly in. Great. Yeah, it's in. You could do a little bit of cable management here. Get like a zip tie or something and just tie some of these cables. So it's a little more organized that way. Okay, next I'll show you how to remove the CPU and put in a new one. So first thing you do is you go here, see that? You press down on it, and then you just move this out like that. And next there are 4 screws that are holding this CPU in place. Get this out of the mount. There are 4 screws that are holding this CPU fan. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 screws holding it. Just unscrew it and pull the heatsink off and take the CPU out and put in a new one. I prefer to do it diagonally when I remove these things. So you just turn counterclockwise to loosen the screws. This thing right here is the fan is a duct for the RAM. So the fan's over here and it goes over here to the RAM and to cool it down. Just take that out first. Alright, that's it. And that's the heat sink. And to remove the CPU, there's this little lever right here. You see that? Just push down and just release it. And then it just comes off like that. The CPU goes in just one way. There's like this indent on the side, this side, and this side. It goes in just like that. Okay. So this board uses a socket 1366. I think the best you could upgrade to is a Xeon Z3680, which is this CPU. Like I said again, to put it in, the two indents are here, and you just push it in. You just get it in, just like that. Whoops. Flashlight or something, I can't see it. Okay, that looks like it's firmly in place. Okay, good. You just close that and then just move the lever back in this position. There's like a little thing over here. I'll show you. Like this latch. See that part? This part right here. The latch catches it, and that's how it locks it. You just do that and push down, and that's it. Now it's securely in. So next thing you want to do is you want to clean all the thermal paste off of there, and then apply new thermal paste on that CPU. I typically use Q-tips and 70% alcohol to remove the thermal paste. And a paper towel, let me get that. Not a paper towel, I mean a napkin. Okay. Right, so just gonna dip it in here. Okay. Just like apply some on there. That should loosen it up. Oh, shoot. get some paper. So that you could just get it off and put it in here. Top of. You don't want to get any of the thermal paste on the motherboard. Okay, I got a good portion of it off. Let's see. Okay. Now you can take the paper towel and just wipe it. That should be all of it. Do it again just in case. Don't want to get all of it off. Okay. It looks good. Yeah, that looks perfect. Get some thermal paste here. And put a little bit of it on the CPU. Let me remove this. I usually put a drop on the top. It usually spreads out. Okay. Okay, good. I think that's it. Let's put the CPU back on. CPU heatsink back on. Yep. Went in this way. Get a flashlight. Can't see it. That's how it goes in. There's like 4 things that are protruding out from here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that looks like it's aligned. I'm going to screw it in diagonally like I did before, like when I was unscrewing it. Just going to be screwing it in diagonally, so. doesn't seem to be in. Take a look from the other side. Okay. Gotta put a little pressure on it so it levels out. That's in. I'm just going to check if the screws are all firm. You don't over tighten it. Just make sure it's firmly in there, but not over tightened. Okay, awesome. That's it. So I'm going to put the RAM duct back on. Okay, that's in. There's like a little thing that pops out, so you just put it in. Okay. Okay, it's in. We'll get the hard drive. Sure, you gotta put that in. There's like 2 indents goes in here, and then 2 more indents here which go in here. So I think you got to put it in like this first, and then you just push it up and then get it in, snap it in. That's how you get the hard drive on. And there's SATA cable. Okay, that's it. That's one. And that's a SATA from the motherboard. That's it. Okay. Okay, that's firmly in there. Just get the case on, and that's the end of it. To put the case on, here's a Dell logo. See it? It goes in just one way. There's like these indents. Just align it. Okay, that's it. Ready to go.